Hello and welcome. So, this training is essentially about you finding your blue ocean in business. You see, you are designed to succeed in your own unique way, and it's easy to get put off by all the noise out there and forget who you really are. So, if you've been chasing shiny objects or occasionally comparing yourself to others who appear more successful, then you're in the right place. So, being in your blue ocean in business means you're in flow with your unique contribution and business design. And the wonderful thing about being in flow is you are beyond competition. So, what is your personal branding archetype? So, one of the biggest mistakes I see is entrepreneurs following other people's models for success. And the big question is, what is right for you? So this is the key question to the new business success model. It is the new way of doing business, and the results are paying dividends. So working authentically to create a business in alignment with you is the new buzz. But again, how do you do that without copying somebody else? Today, I'm going to give you a code to help you unlock exactly what your authentic business flow looks like with your unique personal branding archetype, so you can love being your best. So the training today, so here's an outline for the session and some approximate times. So there'll be a bit of an introduction and a little bit on me, followed by the breakdown of the 12 branding archetypes and their business brand design. I will talk about a bonus that I have for you, and then some information and a special offer on a course coming up, which is carefully crafted to take you through the 7 steps you need to your unique success design from the inside out. So I'm Jen Cudmore. And some of you may have already experienced the work that I do. I have developed a process over the last 10 years, which has helped hundreds of people unblock their success. I'm a certified money, marketing, and soul coach and a qualified kinesiologist who specializes in business and entrepreneur alignment for success. So combining coaching and inner strategy systems with the innovation of kinesiology, we can find out exactly what's stopping you from being your best and come up with solutions to move you forward. And the most powerful way that we can get momentum and keep it is when you're in alignment with your unique visionary genius and strengths. And I love this. There is nothing more powerful than you being you, grabbing your unique design and getting really smart about how you create your success. So business is about emotion and connection, and relationships are now the most important key to success. And being authentic is paramount to making the right first impression. And it's a concept that we get really caught up in. In fact, this is what they call the imposter syndrome. So one thing that kills a connection is self-consciousness. And you may even be thinking, if you're ever thinking about how you're coming across, you can safely bet it's not that well. This is why my clients love the archetypes, because when you're in flow with them, business connection becomes second nature, and you set yourself up to succeed, attracting the business that is in your field of excellence. So marketing, marketing, marketing. Everywhere you look, more marketing. So how do you stand out from the noise? Or even think of something new that hasn't been done before. So when you know your personal brand archetype, marketing is easy. Each archetype has its own brand soul and direction, strengths, and branding words. And leading with your top 2 archetypes means you will stand out from the noise, and you'll naturally attract clients that will crave the work that you do. So when you work with this, it's actually a universal concept of attraction. You magnetize more of what you are. Therefore, you will genuinely attract clients who instinctively want to work with you. And when you show your true self through being in your archetypes, people will feel that they get you. And we all know that trust is the most important part of relationship building in business. So your unique success design is essentially your top 2 archetypes. So the complementary characteristics of these 2 archetypes can create incredible momentum for you. So if you have more than 1 or 2 in first place, that just means that both of those archetypes are strongly and equally represented in your business. And it means that both archetypes have equal power and influence for you. So you'll need to break the tie so you can effectively spearhead your success with a clear focus. And I'll give you the tiebreaker question later in the training. Why we have 2 is because you would probably be quite boring with 1. And, people will think that they've worked you out and they'll move on to the next shiny object. So having 2 archetypes creates more interest for everyone, including you. So it reminds me of those kids at school that were really great at everything, and you see them now, and sometimes they didn't create as much success as you'd expected. Or perhaps you're one of those jack of all trades who's still searching for your sweet spot. So, and then you remember at school, then there was the seemingly boring ones who got really focused on 1 or 2 things. They were very clever at 1 or 2 things. And you see them now, and you'll probably find that they're doing really well. They've got a lot of success. So the point I want to make is, don't worry, you won't lose all those wonderful qualities of the archetypes that you have high marks on. They'll still be there delivering on your genius. But when you lean into the top 2, it creates a focus that will create great momentum for you. And this energetically creates a spearhead to your success. So let's dive into the archetypes. So there's 12 brand archetypes, and I'll give you an overview on them today. I'll tell you about the unique success design of each one. And how it's described by its creator, Kendall Summerhawk, is that each archetype has a spiritual contract or purpose. So the interesting thing here is you are actually on some level contracted to show up as this archetype in the world if you are to create success and fulfillment. And I love what Tony Robbins says about this. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So here's the thing. You may have seen other archetypes out there in your industry and try to be like them or follow their models. And maybe you've succeeded on some level. Maybe you've made quite a bit of money. But once you embrace your unique design through your own personal brand archetype, you will open yourself up to ideas, strategies, solutions that will just pour out of you. And I call this being in flow, or, loving being your best. So let's start with the Jester. The Jester's unique success design or contract, as we've just discussed, is to offer a different perspective. So never satisfied with the status quo, the Jester uses their cleverness to help us see the world from a new perspective. The Jester's love for the unexpected jars us out of complacency and reminds us not to take life too seriously. The Jester's respect for what is proper often puts them at odds with the powers that be, yet by doing so, they create a possibility for a variety of new ideas and innovations to be expressed. So the Jester gives us permission to at times be a little naughty, have fun, and escape our daily cares and responsibilities. By making fun of anything and everything, the Jester helps us relax and add fun, spontaneity, and enjoyment into the predictability of our lives. So here's the thing. As I said before, the more you are yourself in business, the easier it is to attract the clients you do your best work with. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your Jester brand attracts those who desire to have fun and escape everyday issues. They love to laugh, they desire variety, and are always looking for novelty. They want to be surprised, and they love seeing just how silly others can be. They want you to help them tap into their playful, youthful side, and they love to feel a little naughty. So make sure your branding is fresh, colourful, and takes a playful approach. Everyone wants to have more fun, and your Jester brand is ideal for helping people lighten up and laugh, no matter how difficult their challenges may be. So I find the Jester is also one of those archetypes who can really help people in powerful positions, seeing things from a new perspective and just adding a bit of freshness. And funnily enough, you often see Jesters in very serious roles. They have the ability to stay light and really handle the deep issues. So next we have the artist. So the artist's unique success design is to confidently honour self-expression. So the artist's drive to reimagine the ordinary and turn it into extraordinary is fueled by a deep desire to make things different than they are. So their imagination and unwillingness to conform is the catalyst for innovation and a never-ending stream of possibility. So what we see is lumps of clay, bits of paint and canvas, bricks and mortar, or untapped potential. The artist sees as an unlimited potential to transform our human experience. Their love of beauty, design, and creativity can be expressed in any form, from great art to redesigning everyday tasks and recreating our lives. So the artist lifts us up and gives us permission to create not only how we see our world, but who we are in it as well. So again, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your artist brand appeals to those who are looking for their inner creator to be awakened. They desire reinvention, and they want the thrill of putting their unique stamp on something. They desire to feel self-expressed and valued as an individual. And your clients may not have your inventive skills or ability, but they want to be involved in the process of creating or customizing something just for them. So give your branding a self-expressive design feel with lots of emotional, evocative imagery and encouraging imaginative language. So everyone has an inner artist in them, and your artist brand is the perfect catalyst for helping your clients express something personal and meaningful. So what I've discovered about the artist is that they're one of the only archetypes that can truly make up their own style of business and get away with it. So by the way, you may never have drawn a picture in your whole life, and you could still be an artist archetype. So if you're an artist and you're thinking that you have to follow a particular model in business, you invoice in a certain way or offer a certain service in a traditional way, give yourself permission to stop. Of any of the archetypes, you get to design your own life. This archetype is like the Apple Mac of the business world. So next we have the ruler. So the ruler's unique design is to create order, peace, and prosperity. So the ruler's mission is to create structure so others can prosper. Though often quiet, they are commanding, authoritative, and have little patience for vagueness. The ruler archetype appeals to our desire to feel important, in control, and in charge. Ruler brands help us become king, queen, and goddess of our domain. While the ruler may seem domineering, their true gift is in empowering leadership, prosperity, and success in others. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your ruler brand appeals to those who want to feel secure and get organized and feel that what they want has already been thought out for them by you. So they want things to get under control, and they want to feel a sense of mastery. So you appeal to their desire to feel significant and important. They want a leader who is someone they can trust, admire, and be inspired by. So give your branding a feeling of grace and power. Turn loose your natural ability to organize systems that make your clients feel appreciated, valued, and important. So everyone wants to feel successful, and your ruler brand is ideal for inspiring confidence, creating clients who will be loyal to you for life. So if you actually have ruler as one of your top 2 archetypes, you need to get really comfortable with being the boss and really stepping up as a leader. And if you have a ruler in your team, make sure you have them, you give them someone to mentor. They might be going for your job. Rulers in balance are the key holders of the business kingdom. They are naturally prosperous when disciplined and focused, and intelligent enough to empower others. So empowering others is the key to being a really successful ruler. So everyone loves the alchemist. So your unique success design is to make dreams come true. And you do. I see it all the time. So when an alchemist shows up in flow, everyone feels a little excited, like something really good is going to happen to them. So the alchemist is a visionary, a catalyst, an innovator, a charismatic leader, a mediator, a shaman, a healer, a medicine man or woman. They inspire people to commit to a higher vision of what they can be or do, and their service promises transformation and often has the allure of an instant change. So they love synchronicity, they're unconventional, hopeful, and they value the link between magic and practical outcomes. So the alchemist appeals to our desire to snap our fingers and experience a sense of magic, transforming our lives or any situation into what we dream it can be. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your alchemist brand appeals to those who desire something in their lives to be magically transformed. They crave change in areas important to them, and they want you to make it easier for them to reach their goal. This is the essence of making change feel magical. They love anything that feels new and amazing, and they're attracted to things mystical and ancient in origin. So they will look to you to help you realize their dream and give you a clear vision or help them see a new possibility. So make sure your branding takes a specific desire and presents it in a way that feels transformational. So everyone wants to feel wowed by something magical, and your alchemist brand is ideal for helping people feel that what they want is possible. So as I said, alchemists are those people that when they show up, you get a sense that now anything is possible, and they make amazing therapists and coaches, and they can add a bit of magic to any business. So if you have an alchemist on your team, nurture their dreaming and be open to the transformation that they can bring your business. I have a well-known client with a tribe of over 2,000 in her programs, and she's an online money mindset coach. And she's a perfect example of an alchemist, helping people all over the globe, having all their money dreams come true. So the contract design of the explorer is to discover deep fulfillment, freedom, and authenticity. So the explorer's drive is to seek new experiences. They have a foot in both the physical and the spiritual world, and they see both as landscapes of possibility and self-expression. Restless and often ambitious, the explorer's quest is for individuality and uniqueness. They are often alone, since they're usually, out in front blazing the trail, and they shy away from depending on others. Their intense need for wide open vistas and what's new and different keeps them on the move. For this reason, explorers comfortably embrace different cultures and ideas, and their deeply rooted need for self-expression and individuality gives us a positive role model for discovering our own unique brilliance and originality. So once again, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your explorer brand appeals to those who want to feel free to be true to themselves. They crave creating their unique mark on the world, and they'll look to you for the tools and the solutions to help them reach this highly personal goal. They want to feel unique and special, and you appeal to a time in their life where the desire to for a desire to express this sort of authentic individuality. So give your branding a positive, ambitious, goal-achieving orientation, and let it reflect the journey is just as important as the destination. So everyone has a desire to discover new insights about themselves and to live by their values, making your Explorer brand the perfect catalyst for creating freedom, self-expression, and independence. So I find that most explorers are extremely deep and intelligent, and the way they process their ideas is really interesting also. And they, as I said, they can seem quite lonely because they're blazing the trail. So I've had one client who actually gets up at 5 a.m. every morning, working on his mindset, reading, and having quiet time. And he finds this absolutely necessary for his leadership in his company. And, that taking that deep space and doing this every single day, even in the weekends, is really paying off. He's now clicking 1 billion a year, nearly 1 billion a year in his company. And it's a lot to do with him, digging deep and just taking this space so he can think really, really cleverly and really clearly. So the nurturer, your business design and contract is to care for, nourish and protect our body, mind and soul. So the nurturer's compassion, generosity and caring envelopes us in the feeling that we are home. They care for our health, happiness and well-being by soothing our hurts and comforting our hearts. The nurturer's deep desire is to take care of people and things in their world, keeping them safe and protected. While often associated with women, men too can claim this role. So although they're not typically the centre of attention, the nurturer's influence can be felt throughout our society and social programs. So the nurturer appeals to our need for comfort and acceptance no matter what. So once again, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your nurturer brand appeals to those who desire feeling cared for, protected, and comforted. They crave safety, both physical and emotional, and they want to feel valued, appreciated, and accepted just as they are. So establish in your branding that you're a safe haven, making sure your clients feel your caring and compassion and generosity in every single aspect of your business. So everyone wants to feel secure and loved, and your nurturer brand can easily create an environment where clients feel their needs and feelings are important. And when you make them the center of your world, they will love you for life. So everyone loves a nurturer, and they are the kings at building business through relationships, and they're tireless. But one thing you need to be careful if you are a nurturer is that you can easily burn out. And sometimes just knowing you're a nurturer, and that is actually your contract, that is actually your soul contract to be that way, but then building systems that support you around that, like the systems that you have at the back end of your company or how you charge, that can really pay dividends for you and nourish you in the same way that you nourish others. So I have many clients who are highly successful in sales, particularly in real estate, who have built their reputation through their nurturer archetype. So it's a wonderful archetype. The humanitarian is next. So the unique success design of the humanitarian is to speak up for the common man or woman. So the humanitarian is the unsung hero. Their preference is to work behind the scenes for what they believe is fair and just, though they're willing to take a centre stage for a cause that's important enough to them. So the humanitarian wants to be sure that the common person feels heard, recognised and valued. In their I'm just like you style, they're often the driving force behind great social change. So they lead from the trenches, often inspiring others by their simple, forthright character. So the humanitarian archetype taps into our desire to know that we all count and we each have a voice, no matter what our status is in life. So again, the more we are ourselves and the more we brand with our unique design, the more we attract the clients who are looking just for us. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your humanitarian brand appeals to those who desire feeling a sense of belonging just as they are. They crave friendship, connection, and value everyday qualities over elite status. They want to feel allegiance and love, showing their affiliation by wearing clothes or symbols that represent their association with a brand or a team. So establish in your branding that you are a friend, sharing common down-to-earth values of goodness, friendliness, and neighbourly caring, being sure to never put on airs. Give them something they can wear to show their connection with you. Everyone wants to feel that they belong, and your humanitarian brand can easily create a long-lasting bond of loyalty and friendship with your clients. So the great thing about the humanitarian archetype is that they can hold a big tribal community. So make sure you get your system set up to create that. If you're an archetype brand, if this is your brand, sponsoring teams and getting involved in community events will be a natural alignment for you and will really help you become more successful, as well as adding great value to your clients in a way that just comes really naturally to you. Definitely a good way to be in flow with your business. So the spiritual contract and business code for the romantic is to deepen intimate connections. So the romantic's desire for intimacy, connection, and feelings is for feeling singled out as special. So the romantic covers the spectrum from enduring love to deep friendship. The romantic is attentive, often elegant, and promises a feeling of being loved, desired, indulged, even decadent. So the romantic appeals to our core need to be loved and appreciated. The enduring quality of the romantic appeals to our deep longing for the ideal relationship. So you'll often find the romantic always looking for that ideal client. You know, when they have an ideal client and there's a great connection, it's incredible for them. They get so much out of it. Sometimes it can be a block because they're always looking for that ideal connection with a client. And, you know, in business, sometimes it doesn't work like that. So often, you know, we've had to encourage clients who maybe need to lean into one of their other archetypes to get a deal over the line because they're placing too much importance on having that deep connection. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your romantic brand appeals to those who are craving a deeper sensory experience and heartfelt connection. They desire to feel loved and special, and they want to be romanced. They love secrets and attention. They crave feeling that they're at the center of your world, and they're often willing to pay a premium for this type of specialness. Give your branding a high-touch feel and be sure to include surprises that will delight the senses. So everyone wants to feel loved, and your romantic brand treats your clients as a cherished friend or loved one, and they will appreciate your caring with loyalty and commitment. So again, the romantic is a funny one. I've had already successful clients kick back on this one thinking that it just seemed a little bit too flaky for the level of business that they were playing at. And I have one particular client, and the business is worth a few $1 million. But when he came to realize that he had intimate connections with most of those clients, and some of them had been his loyal clients for over 20 years, and the alignment aha moment was when he got that he'd helped many of them create a legacy for their families, growing their businesses massively, and he'd always stayed really connected with them and what was really important in their lives and family. So it was almost like he was that intimate connection for them where they could, find that meaning in what they were creating with their business. And it had worked. So, this is the deep connected aspect of the romantic archetype in business. And when you get it right, clients will love you for life. So next we have the hero. So your unique success design is to achieve grace by triumphing over adversity. So the hero's bravery and courage can take many forms, from toughness, conquest, and a drive to battle, to championing those who cannot stand up for themselves. So the hero finds strength in adversity. It values resilience, honor, and ambition. And the hero's journey may be a physical one, or may instead be an interior quest of proving worth, facing fear, and overcoming great obstacles. While the hero's power and strength is often channeled into extreme competitiveness, when directed to a higher good, the hero's perseverance, grit, and determination inspires us with the courage to achieve more than what we thought was possible. So no matter what, the hero taps into our sense of honor, values, and conviction. So very, very big on honor, the hero. So once again, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your hero brand appeals to those who want to be championed to better their best. They want to be saved from struggle or difficulties, and they'll often seek you out when they feel most vulnerable. So they crave feeling protected by your strength and toughness, and they want to feel the thrill of victory and achievement. So give your branding a feeling of durability, power, and winning, and include a dose of humility and vulnerability. So everyone wants to feel like a winner, and your hero brand is ideal for helping your clients break through limits as you champion them to achieve more than they previously thought possible. So heroes, I find, are really good at starting a movement. They once again, they can create a big following and become extremely popular. And they also make great team leaders. So people in your team who are junior and hero archetypes can be encouraged to champion their colleagues in senior positions also. And they can offer great support to their senior team members, as I have seen, creating a real win-win situation. So heroes don't always have to be, the leaders. You need to just help them have that space to find their own leadership. So next we have the Maverick. So the unique success design of the Maverick is challenging the world as we know it. So the Maverick is driven to shake things up. They are a rebel, outlaw, daredevil, or revolutionary. They can feel like an alienated outsider, and they often possess a romantic bad boy identity that is highly charismatic. The Maverick's power to transform is by disruption, by breaking the rules and challenging authority. Their need to revolt is a powerful force behind really important social change. So mavericks such as Bonnie and Clyde, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kids give us, the rest of us, permission to express our dark side that yearns to break loose and challenge limits or perceptions. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your Maverick brand appeals to those who want to feel free, rebellious or bad, even if it's just temporarily. So they desire to stand out from the crowd or just be part of a cause in a revolutionary way. They want to leave responsibility behind, even if it's just for the weekend. You appeal to their desire to stop conforming. They want to feel different from others and from what is traditionally done in their life. So give your branding edgy images and copywriting that describes feeling liberated, rebellious, and fighting for a cause. So everyone has a wild side, and your Maverick brand is the catalyst to bring out their inner rebel. So, the online space is just full of mavericks, you might have noticed. They're very exciting to be around and are totally propelling business forward and giving everyone permission to break it up a bit. So like the alchemists, if you have one on your team, allow them some slack, as they may disrupt your business in a way that could actually be really beneficial. So next we have the sage. So the sage, your thing is to discover the truth and share wisdom. So the sage archetype is driven to search for information, wisdom and insight, and share these with the rest of the world. The sage is a natural skeptic and seeks to find proof or evidence to validate their discoveries, insights, or hypothesis. As at their best, The sage integrates information and insight to uplift our spirit and advance our lives. When expressing their gifts, they are able to uncover true wisdom from the merely factual. So the sage values experience, advice, and a legacy. And the sage appeals to our desire for rationale, logic, and explanations to support their insights. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your sage brand appeals to those who desire information they can trust and believe. They crave receiving information and then just making up their own mind. They want to feel validated and their opinions are respected. They value empathy and they want to know that you've been in their shoes so they can learn the steps you took to go from struggle to success. So establish in your branding that you're an expert and give plenty of proof that your information can be trusted, and always show the pros and cons of working with you. Use knowledge-based tools such as writing a book or creating a course to show your expertise. So everyone is hungry to increase their knowledge and abilities, and your sage brand can be easily positioned as a trusted source that your ideal clients respect and admire. So what I love about sages is they can create a stream of content out of a chip packet. They are awesome. They can give any business expert status with their sagey ways and abilities. Fantastic. So next we have the innocent. So the unique success design of the innocent is to make us new again. The promise of the innocent is that we can be happy. The innocent's childlike appeal touches our heart and holds out hope that somehow we can escape the hectic life around us and instead find ourselves in our own version of utopia. So the innocent's unwavering faith and optimism speaks to our need for simpler times, wholesomeness, and honest values. Innocent brands create long-lasting loyalty because there's always some part of us that wants to either be a kid again or be taken care of in at least one corner of our lives. So no matter how practical the product, when created by the innocent archetype, it becomes something that makes us smile, feeling good and hopeful about the world again. So again, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your innocent brand appeals to those who desire to escape something simpler, better, and gentler. They love feeling a childlike wonder, and they love feeling sentimental or even wistful for days gone by. They desire relinquishing all responsibility, even just for a brief period of time. They crave feeling fresh, renewed, and made new again. So create in your branding a feeling of escape, simplicity and ease, and include a sense of happiness, dreaminess, and childlike optimism. Everyone wants to feel rejuvenated, and your innocent brand can easily be positioned as a sanctuary where peace and simplicity are abundant. So once again, I've had quite successful business owners kick back on this one, thinking it wasn't high-powered enough. So the thing is, the innocent archetype can act as an anchor for the wholesome values in a company. Having them in the room creates an atmosphere of goodness that can work really well in business, especially in markets that are struggling. So also clients who thought they had to get really sophisticated sales funnels together and offer really high-flying programs were relieved to know that their best shot was keeping it simple and having people feel special, even opting for a more gentle process in their sales technique. So that's the archetypes. Which of the archetypes are jumping out for you? So how do you see your top two archetypes blending together? And how intuitive have you been? I mean, you'll probably find a lot of you have actually intuitively been moving in the direction of your archetypes. And most importantly, which one do you need to embrace, a shift forward right now? So if you have a tiebreaker, and so you only have two archetypes, you will, in a clear first and second position, Here is the question you need to ask yourself. So looking at the unique success design contract, for instance, for the artist, it is to confidently honor self-expression, and the ruler to create order, peace, and prosperity. So let's just say you've got to choose, you've got to break the tie between a ruler and an artist. The question is, which one will empower you the most to stretch and grow into your full brilliance? So which one will empower you the most to stretch and grow into your full brilliance? Now, it's important not to overthink the question too much. It just feels like, it literally feels like you're being pulled forward when you think about the two different archetypes. So the combination of your archetypes come together to create a truly unique personal brand. This is your unique success DNA. And it is a little bit like DNA. No one is exactly the same. Even if you share the same two archetypes as somebody else, you will express a different vibration of those two archetypes. Yet you will be intuitively understood and recognized by others instantly. And this is why it's the first step I take when I'm working with your alignment process. So if you would like to book a bonus call with me to unpack your archetype blend, or to have a bit of help with the tie breaking, please go to my website, jencudmore.com.au, and click on the link 15-minute call for a free 15-minute call. There's also a form to fill out, and that will really help us with the process. So if you are interested in knowing more about your success, the next thing you need to know is your money archetypes. So how you brand yourself and be on purpose is one thing, and how you are with money and the best pathways to creating new levels of income is another. So while branding of the archetypes is your soul essence, your money archetypes are what really drive your success. So in the Unique Success DNA course, I will take you through a deep process of alignment that will cut through to your success in a really powerful way. So here's what we'll cover in the course. We will align to your branding archetypes, including marketing templates and your perfect branding words. You will discover and decode your money archetypes. You will unblock your flow with money and change your money story. You will clear past trauma in your nervous system from business injuries. In other words, bad experience in the past that you may have had with your business. You will align with your niche vision and leadership, work out what your true gifts really are and how to really work in your genius. You will work on clearing survival mode patterns and playing small. You will get clarity on your pricing and worth. And there will be deep clearing on inherited generational programs, as well as clearing blocks created in childhood. Now, this is the unseen. I call these the invisible blocks, and they can really get in the way of your success. So the course will be a live online webinar trainings, and they'll be starting on the 9th of May at 10:30 Sydney Australian time, and they'll be every second week at the same time over 3 months. So it will be recorded so you can jump on in your own time and work through the process. So the kinesiology process that we will use through the course to clear blocks and create alignment will not just be informational, they'll be transformational. So I have devised that this work is best delivered over a 3-month period, so there's more chance of integration and true alignment, holding a great framework for you as you shift into a new paradigm of success. And again, there'll be a bonus session during the 3 months dedicated entirely to your questions and greatest challenges. And this is a great opportunity to get clarity and understanding and sharing in this process. So the investment is $1,400 for full pay, and I offer a payment plan of $500 a month for 3 months. So as a special offer for you for being on this webinar, I have an early bird offer. So your investment will be $1,400, will be $1,200, and the 3 payments will be $450 a month. And if you are an Australian resident, you may apply for an AUD rate. So just when you're applying to join the course, just let me know you're an Australian resident. So if you're interested in finding your blue ocean in business beyond competition and tapping into your unique success design, jump on the link jencudmore.com.au and apply for the course now. And thank you so much for being here. I hope you got a lot out of your archetypes. Again, feel free to book a quick call if you need to unpack further what that could mean for you right now in your business. And I wish you all the best to come. Thank you very much.